What's up, everybody? My name's Allie, and welcome back to another episode of Booked in Detroit. Recently, I got to sit down with Vault of Midnight owner Curtis Sullivan. Check it out. So, why don't we start by just having you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name's Curtis Sullivan. I am from Michigan. I'm a Michigander. Yeah, I think Gander. Yeah, over Ganian, if I'm being honest. Yeah, grew up in the Detroit, greater Detroit area, Um, yeah, opened a comic shop in 1996 is when we opened.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Nice,
lifelong comic book dude and yeah,
nice.
resident. Mhm.
So, what's your favorite part about owning a comic book store?
Ooh, my favorite part still to this day is working the cash register. It's my
Yeah,
number one favorite, yeah, by far. And then because obviously I like interacting with the people. I'm a pretty gregarious dude, but we've been around for so long that now just have these really great relationships with folks that have been coming in for many, many years, and now their kids coming with them and stuff. So it's just really great. So I love that. Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite comic book or maybe one that makes you feel nostalgic?
Yeah, my number one favorite comic book of all time is Savage Sword of Conan. I'm obsessed with all Conan comic books. So yeah, I got a hold of those when I was very young. So yeah, I still read them. Get new issues come out every month still. I've been collecting for, I mean, going on 50 years.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
yeah, that same title. So but yeah, I'm just in love with comics in general, and I love Batman's my number one favorite dude for sure, and Spider-Man's a real close second too. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So, can you tell me about any of your upcoming events?
Oh yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know when does this go out? When will anybody see about this video?
I'm hoping to have it up. At least it should be up by tomorrow. I don't know when BookFest will post about it. I'm assuming within the next couple of days. So,
Right on. Cool. Well, because we have an event on Saturday coming up, um, which is called Dungeon Crawl Classics Day, where it's like a role-playing game, sort of Dungeons and Dragons style, RPG thing. Sitting around the table, rolling dice, pen and paper type thing. But it's a game that's been around for a really long time, and every year they do a day, Dungeon Crawl Classics Day, and we have limited edition stuff and give away a couple free items, and so that'll be at all the shops. So that's coming up this weekend, and then we have an art show at the Ann Arbor store that is goes live tomorrow through Sunday, and that is the Athenaeum comic book art show, and it's original comic book art. Is we have a event space at the Ann Arbor store on the third floor. So yeah, we're showing original art from like Tilly Walden and Carolyn Cash and Matthew Allison and all these really cool um, comic book creators. Yeah.
hey, that's really cool. I've always wanted to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't even know where to start. So,
It's don't be intimidated at all. It's so accessible. Like if you like reading or stories or imagination, like you're that's all you need. You're good to go. Find a
yeah,
friend or two and yeah, there's such a huge community for D&D and role-playing games in general that I mean, just I would point you to YouTube first and just watch a couple Critical Role videos. It's called Critical Role, like ROLL, Um, and you'll love it. Or no, that one's actually Roll because they're all role players that used to be actors. So, but yes, that's a great video, and yeah, don't be intimidated. It rules. It's worth getting into. It's very cool.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely have to check it out.
yeah.
How do you decide what comic books or graphic novels you want to stock in your stores and which ones to pass on?
Okay, so when I was getting started, we opened when I was really young, so maybe we started doing the research when I was like 17 or 18. And so I was talking to other comic shop owners, and a friend of mine who worked at a comic store gave me the piece of advice I was like, well, how do you know what to order? I just asked him, and he said, order what you like and then go from there. And so that's how we started, right? I just ordered everything that I was interested in.
Yeah,
Um, And so then I knew at least, well, I like it, so then I can be honest about, what I have. You know what I mean? I don't have to ever feign excitement because I'm literally excited about all this. I like all
Yeah.
this stuff, right? And then as you go, you kind of know that you learn and mature, right? And so I understood that I don't have to like it necessarily. I just have to know about it if there's a fandom for it.
Yeah.
Then it's worth stocking too. So yeah, it just kind of grew from ordering what I liked, and then now all the stores we have really great employees that are department heads, and they order, for their department like the manga stuff. There's a manga person in Detroit who just they order the manga. And so
Yeah.
we're kind of ordering obviously what people want to a degree, but everybody's really putting their stamp on it, their sort of personal stamp at each store. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
What are you most proud of in your journey to like from start to finish opening your store?
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good one. I think it's probably now we're 30 years in. We just had our 30th anniversary on July 1st. So we've been at it a really long time. And I probably would say now, this is gonna sound really boring, but like the kind of the company that we've created. So I think we've got really great systems and more importantly than that, that supports all the great people that we have. We have a lot of people that have been with us for a really, really long time. Like our most junior staff member, I mean, we just hired like a few people, but like most people have been with us for 3 to 10 years at this point,
Oh wow.
across all three stores. And that's just, you know, we think it's because a lot of things, maybe the job's good, but we've really worked on trying to pay people more and make sure the benefits are, up to snuff as far as like healthcare and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really boring, but yeah, I think the company itself is really in like the best place it's been, and that supports all these really good people that really make it happen. So it's this whole jumble of it's all working right now, I guess, is what I'm trying to
Right.
say. So I'm really
Yeah, I
proud of,
don't think that's necessarily boring. I think it's really important. So,
yeah,
and yeah, that's good that you are taking care of your employees. So,
yeah, and it's reciprocal, right? It's they really make the thing work. So it's just
yeah,
yeah, it just feels like everything's really working.
right.
So yeah.
What advice do you have for someone interested in opening their own comic book store?
Oh boy. Um, So old Curtis will say make sure that you have, probably about 90 days worth of money. So whatever your operating expenses are, multiply that by three and then add 20%. That's the first thing. Um, have an actual business plan, um, and make sure, yeah, you have a good location, 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 location. People, joke about it all the time. It's really real. We kept renting these really small spots in the beginning that were cheap, but were not in a good spot, and that's why they were cheap.
Yeah,
And then we just said, hey, let's take a gamble. We had a spot on Main Street in Ann Arbor opened up, and we went over there, and the rent was crazy, and we were like, oh my gosh, if we don't just like go right now, it's over, right? But the rent came with the added opportunity of being right there where everybody could find us
yeah,
you know. So, but really, young Curtis would say just if you really, really love something, just go fully cannonball and totally commit. And who cares if you eat shit and just go for it and don't worry about any of that other stuff because we didn't have any of it when we started. We had no money, no business plan, a shitty location, and we just were so obsessed with doing it that it just propelled it. So, yeah, there's two routes. Go totally loosey goosey passion or go to business school and make sure you have enough money and
right.
do all your spreadsheets. Probably do both, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah.
So, is there anything you wish you could add to your store if you had an unlimited budget and space?
Yes. Oh, we've been thinking about this for years. We would add a cafe, so coffee, food, and like a space where you could just kind of sit tables and chairs where people could, sit and maybe read slash play games, eat food, drink coffee. Yeah, for sure. If I had an extra 1,000 square feet in each store and $150,000 per location. That's what I would do. Yeah,
Yeah, good idea.
immediately. Yeah.
So, if someone had never read a comic book or a graphic novel, what would you recommend to them as a first-time reader?
This is my favorite question, and we get to set the shop every day, and we actually train everybody who works for us on exactly this because it's so crucial. We would actually flip it around on the customer and really try to find out more about them, what their interests are, and try to direct them to the right thing because there's just every kind of comic. So if somebody
Right.
comes in and says they love Game of Thrones or they love Star Wars or they love sci-fi or they love, pick a genre, then we can steer them to the right place. So yeah. And then if they're more specific, they're like, the new Spider-Man movie's coming out. I need this Spider-Man comic, or something that's going to get me hyped. Then we know exactly what to give them for that too, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, first time recommendation is huge because I think anybody who works in a bookstore will say the exact same thing. As soon as you give somebody a recommendation that sticks with them, they're just a loyal customer and they'll be
Yeah.
back and they're excited and they next time they come in they'll ask for the person that gave them that recommendation,
Right.
so it's just like a really crucial, obviously we want to sell books, we're a business, but it's a connection, it's giving somebody something that they actually like. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's a huge one. I love that question. We get it every day all day long. Yep.
Nice. So, what will Vault of Midnight have at their book fest booth?
Every year we do. It's my favorite because I bring a bunch of esoteric. I bring some mainstream stuff, right? So I'll bring a lot of Spider-Man because the new Spider-Man's coming out, for sure. But I bring a bunch of maybe esoteric is not the right word, but weird books.
All right, guys. So we ended up having some technical difficulties, in that being I completely lost power. So now that the power's back on, I'm going to go ahead and read you the answer to his last question. So Curtis said he's going to bring a ton of comic books and graphic novels to BookFest. He's going to have some new stuff, some old comics, a few board games, and some Vault of Midnight 30th anniversary merch. You guys will definitely have to check out his table. It sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. I will have his socials listed right up here so you guys know where to find them. And I hope you enjoyed this interview. Thanks for watching.